What's up, teammates? Yo, I'm tired of negativity, and I didn't do a video because I was about to dash out some negativity myself. So I didn't do something. And I'm tired of people mentioning names, tired of people calling out players, tired of everybody saying whom's fault and whose it isn't, and trying to defend certain people without trying to defend other people. It's become you can see who likes whom on this team as far as the journalists and the YouTubers and everybody who makes content because they're defending certain people and not defending other people. So I didn't want to turn into a mental bash. I don't want to turn into a bash on anybody. So I don't want to mention any names. I'm not going to try to trash people. I'm going to talk about what happened last game, simply, basically, and what we hope won't happen in this coming game. Okay, so what hurt us last game on defense? First and foremost was Max Crosby. Our defense has to learn now that without Max Crosby, you have to have somebody else being the leader. We can't just have Max on the field all the time and let him be our crutch. Let him be the battery. Let him be the leader. Let him be everything that everyone needs to be to have the energy to perform on the defensive side. Somebody else is going to have to step up. We can't have Max focusing on doing everything while he's extremely hurt to the point where he's barely 50% of himself. And he's still making decent plays. But that's something that our team has to overcome. We don't know if Max is coming right back and if he's coming back full health, but even if he is, somebody has to learn that it can't always be Max. Somebody else has to hype up the crowd because you could see in the game even when the defense made good plays, the celebration like it usually is wasn't there. Everybody wasn't as hype as they should be with each big play. They were like, okay, we made one. Come on, let's keep going. Now, I don't know if that's part of another subject we're going to talk down here later, but I do definitely know that without that energy and that leadership from Max, our team on defense suffered because our front four couldn't muster up the will to put enough pressure on Andy Dalton with the daggone defensive line they have playing so well. And they just didn't have it. And they need to find that within themselves. They can't get it from Max every game. And that can change. Max is coming back. I think that's a lesson learned. I think that they feel like, okay, we fell off and we can't just rely on Max. We can't let him be our crutch as far as when it comes to getting up, getting motivated, and playing a damn game of football. So that can be changed. It will be changed. I don't think it's going to be there next game. The lack of rest is something that I hope is not there next game. The defense is tired. And you know what? It's a reason, not an excuse. The defense has had a hard time. They were motivated. They were missing their leadership. They were not ready for what they had in front of them. And it showed. But it's hard to get back that energy if there's no rest for you to take. And it's not really an exaggeration to say that they had absolutely no rest, or to even say that they barely had enough time to get something to drink and sit down. Just as far as the numbers go, this is what we're talking about when we say no rest. As far as the time of possession goes, from the first drive, 2 minutes and 2 seconds. In 2 minutes, 1 minute, 1 minute and 22 seconds. The next drive is the drive where we scored. It was 5 minutes and 24 seconds. That gave our defense a decent chance to rest, and we performed the series after that. Got the ball back pretty quickly. Anyway, but when we did get the ball back, it was 2 minutes 35 seconds. Got bad. 1 minute 37 seconds got worse. Can it get worse? 42 seconds can't get worse. 28 seconds of possession. Now, it went into halftime, and that was what was left on the clock. But still, it dictates just another possession and how long the possession was. It goes further than that into the rest of the game. There's really no need to go and beat the horse on this one. What is important is that they didn't get any rest. They should get more rest. I'm hoping for longer drives, steadier play from the offense, and we will be able to get that rest for our defense. And hopefully they'll be able to have our front four get that push on our line, because that's what hurt us the last game is our front four. They can't get that push, and they can't use Max not being there as an excuse. They can't use Max not being 100% as an excuse. It is the reason, because the other team doesn't have to worry about Max. They can focus harder on the other players if they can just take Max one-on-one and then double team Wilkerson. And, leave the other two to, one-on-one blocks, because they're pretty confident in their offensive line. And they should have been, because we got stood up at the line each time. I don't expect to see that again. They know what they did. They know what their faults are. They know that they're better than that. They should be angry about their performance. They're at a game where they can win. And if they do this, eliminate this from what was part of the struggles last game, they will win the game. So, that's what I think hurt the offense the most. That can be changed. It was our lack of leadership, because Max wasn't there. We didn't get any rest. We didn't have any inspiration. Actually, I didn't talk about that. Inspiration. You have to be inspired as a defense. You got to feel the energy. And when your offense goes 3 and out for 2 quarters with no points, it's hard to keep your inspiration up. It's hard to keep your energy up, because you're not getting rest. It's hard to keep your inspiration up because you're not getting any rest. And it's hard to keep your inspiration up when your leader's not there to give you that inspiration. So that's where our defense also lacked. And that's also one of the things they can change. And there's no reason to bash them about that, because it's over now. And it can be changed. It's easily changeable. Those things are changed. We'll be successful this week. For the offense, what killed us as an offense? First of all and foremost, and thing I say the most all time, is going for it on 4th down. You never go for it on 4th down, especially in your own zone, especially when it's more than 4th and 1. That killed us. Will that change? I don't know. Maybe not. I mean, that's what seems like Pierce and Getsky like doing, going for it on 4th down on their own in their own side of the field. That they're we're not good enough for those type of gambles. You would think that the fact that we get into so many 4th and something situations, that you would understand our offense is not overcoming the hurdles that are in front of it. Let's not put hurdles and desperation on top of it when it's a 4th and whatever. Just punt the damn ball. Your receivers are frustrated. Your offense is frustrated. Your offense pass game, of course, goes through your receivers. All receivers, whether it be tight ends or wide receivers, are divas. They all want the ball. They all want to contribute. They're all aggressive. They're all performers. And they all want the ball. And if they feel like they're open and they're not getting the ball, they become amotivated. They don't run tight routes as tight, because they like, I ran a tight route last down, and what did he give me? Nothing. I'm sitting here running as hard as I can, trying to get open, and the play is supposed to go to me, but but the quarterback didn't pick me up. So I keep coming out here, and I'm not getting the touches that I'd like to get, even though I believe that there are chances for me to get these touches. And they lose the motivation through things like that. We can keep them away. We can keep them awake. We can keep them interested in the game if we just, create the plays for all the players who want to get the ball, spread the ball out when we need to get it there, and just be on time. So, what it means is we got to establish the flow. That's what on time means. We need to be within rhythm. We have to establish flow. The offense and defense have to understand where they're going to be, what type of time it is. It's been usually 4 or 5 minutes that the offense has been holding the ball. Have they been holding it longer? Have they been holding it less? Just some type of flow, some type of rhythm within the game so you're not on your heels all the time. And that rhythm can be established. It's not that we never had it, and we can get it again in this game against the Browns. Passes. Bad passes and drop balls are killers. If your quarterback is throwing good passes and your receiver is dropping them, that's a killer to your quarterback's confidence. If you're wide open as a receiver and your quarterback doesn't see you and you're just running all your energy out on a route, that's defeating as well. So these two have to work together better, or else they're just making things harder on each other by doing what the other is doing. So that's something that the wide receiver and the quarterback has to get worked out, eliminate drops while maximizing your vision and hitting the open receivers and making sure you follow the play and stay with the timing. That's a part of the flow of the offense. So that is what I believe will change, can change, and should change for us to be successful in this game against the Cleveland Browns. No names being called. Save this one. Antonio Pierce. I don't think I was defending him real hard on the blame game because there's many other heads there that make the decisions. But the final decision isn't Anthony Pierce's fault. The final outcome is his fault. And I say that more so now the more I look at it, because it seems like Antonio Pierce, though he says he lets his team does its thing, it seems like he has more of a thumb on the scale than he perceives to play. The offense and the defense are going the way Antonio Pierce wants them to. He wants Patrick Graham to go 4, down linemen to go nuts, let the rest of the field be covered, and have their linebackers do the work as far as coming downhill and stopping the run and being in the in the middle of the field and to stop the passes and the tight ends. So that's what he likes to see, and Graham is running exactly that. He's not running as many blitzes. It didn't look like last game. It could be because Max was hurt and that, he wanted to be as safe as he could with the line because we didn't want everybody having to do too much. Just, do what you could and stay where you are. That could have hurt them. But it seems like he's doing what Antonio Pierce wants. On the offense, Getsky is just going run, pass. If you look at the play sheet, it's like he's doing exactly what Antonio Pierce wants done. He says, I want you to run it and then pass it at the last minute. And, there's not a whole lot of passing on the first down, and that's something that's dangerous for offense because you become, we can read you. You're more easily read. Predictable. That's the damn word I'm looking for. So you don't want to do that. So you need to throw the ball more on first down. But Antonio Pierce doesn't want that. So I'm looking at it, and it seems like everybody's doing everything that Antonio Pierce wants, but it's not necessarily working correctly. On defense, Max being hurt throws a big monkey wrench in everything. So we can understand that. On offense, Getsky not being able to create a flow by creating a good balance of run and pass, especially on first down, it's something that Antonio Pierce is kind of pushing because he wants to be so run heavy, and that makes us predictable on the offense. So I think maybe Antonio Pierce's thumb is on the scale a little more than he lets on. Uh, hopefully not. Hopefully it's just something that everybody's working together, and we don't want to feel any pressure to, mold exactly specifically to Antonio Pierce's vision, signs whatever talent we have. So I'll be on the lookout for that. I want to understand. I just want to observe that to see how free they are, how much of a change they make from game to game, because there needs to be a big change in this game. I don't know what it's going to be. I don't know how the offensive scheme is going to change. I don't think the defensive scheme can change that much. They can just wake up, be more aggressive, be more aware, and understand that you don't have to have max to have energy. Offense, create some flow, get the ball down the field, try to get the ball over the linebackers' heads so they can't step to the line and stop our running game. Running game, we need more yards, right? We just need our running backs to see the hole better, read the field a little bit better. I think the holes are there. We just have to see if the running back sees them at the same time. Our offensive line hasn't been stellar. They've been performing, just not at a great level. And there's aspects included in that work together with that also result in the offensive line not performing as well as we'd like them to perform. With that, the silver lining is those things can be fixed. They've been fixed before. We fixed them in the fourth quarter against Baltimore. We know what they are, and we pointed them out this last game, and this next game coming up. We should be able to handle whatever comes towards us if we fix these things. All right. Stop bashing everybody out there. More love, less hate. And remember, you can't win them all. Okay? The clouds get dark. When you're looking for the bright side, come to the silver lining. Guru out.